Welcome to the My Rules Are Better podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet, and today, well, just when you wanted to see what Shay Hammond was actually reading, you can actually get it now. JustPlainChaos.com. Just Plain Chaos, all one word, no hyphens. JustPlainChaos.com. You can download the rules, you can download the novella. Both available freely. When I talked about it becoming electronically available, I was originally thinking of selling it as an EPUB or a physical book, and I just thought, no, this is ridiculous. Let's just get the text out there. Somewhat short-circuiting any ability for Barney Dicker to provide any feedback as well, but also for Barney Dicker to have a conversation with me about profiting in some way from these rules or anything like that. It's, in many regards, just a very nihilistic way, which I feel somewhat, I don't know, in two minds about. But anyway, it's now freely available once again. It's always been freely available in some sense, I guess. You could have gone to Just Plain Chaos and downloaded it at any time, which is the curiosity. I've now just put links through to it explicitly, so when you go to justplainchaos.com, you get two explicit links through to the text files. And I've been thinking in particular the novella still probably merits a physical form, perhaps at some stage something printed out that you can pass on to loved ones as stocking stuffers, or you could just print it out and, or even better, get a little, PDF thumb drive. Well, a thumb drive containing a PDF of the document. That might be one way of passing it on to other people as well. I have thought about actually recording it as an audiobook too, which gives it another life in of itself and also enables me, in my own words, or in my own voice at least, to narrate the story, or at least read out the story, far be it from narration. Anyway, so you now can, as Shay Hammond has, send me an email, Barbalet, Bravo Alpha Romeo Bravo Alpha Lima Echo Tango @gmail.com. Barbalet@gmail.com. You can send me an email after you read it and say, gee, Tom, well, you started writing this in 1992, but I think you need to rewrite it one more time now. And I'm not really satirizing Shay Hammond because I was really very pleased that he even read it and got me back any form of communication. So in no way satirizing Shay Hammond, but just to say it's ironic actually because my mother found the 1992 version of this writing her preferred version and said to me, why don't you publish the 1992 version? Well, the 1992 version is very different than the 2019 version, thank you very much. And quite frankly, as I'm closer in age to the 2019 version, that is the version that I've put online. And similarly, the Just Plain Cast rules, also very much the 2022 version of that. So you can download that and play that at your leisure. And the potential of a Chechen version of the rule set? Well, this is something that I've been musing about quite a bit. It makes some degree of logical sense to release it as a Chechen version of the rules at some stage, and as I've only ever talked about not releasing a World War II version of the rules, a Chechen version of the rules is possible. It's an interesting mindset that I put out there. The idea that basically in order to explain jihadis, you need to look at them as fantasists. And in connecting these two ideas, certainly as I've read through the Osprey annal of the Chechen conflict, which is the only version that Osprey was willing to do with regards to Chechnya. It's a very interesting thing indeed to read, a definitive work associated with a conflict that, at any given time only killed small numbers, tens of people, hundreds of people at most, as opposed to contemporary conflicts that kill thousands of people, tens of thousands of people. So maybe that is what defines Chechnya, or the Chechen conflicts, that they were really just small skirmishes. But if there was ever a identity for the Just Plain Cast rule system, a Chechen version of that is probably the one. However, it will no doubt get into some degree of analysis and debate with other folks that would want to see a rule system more than just a group of fantasists and a group of militarists fighting it out in some far-torn, fantastic place. I reflect, actually, because I have recorded just now a Long Funk podcast that I talked about being identified as a single Muslim when the Boston bombers, they announced the 5 YouTube videos that they watched. And in doing so, it immediately made me, even though some of the videos were rather curious, like just a chameleon changing colours was one of the videos, but by watching those 5 videos, I was going to be a Muslim for at least 6 months in the version of the YouTube algorithm that it presented me. But the Chechen conflict is an interesting conflict to return to periodically and think about, and I think probably at some stage it'll be a supplement to the Just Plain Chaos rule system, which you can now download on justplainchaos.com and get, 3 to 6 months worth of my work for absolutely no cost. and no requirement actually to tell anyone or even me that you've downloaded it or enjoyed it or not enjoyed it, or, as Shay Hammond did, contact me and just tell me that I need to rewrite it a little bit slower. Thank you very much. Tom Barbalet in Las Vegas, Nevada, signing out.